what is next on the docket? What do you got? What's coming up?
Well, it's
Who's
a very podcast specific book. I may have even mentioned this when I was on last time, just because it's so long gestating. But I'm finally finishing my book on the B-52s for
it's going to happen?
what?
It is going to happen. That's right.
Yeah, see, exactly. Yeah, it was finally the last couple of months. It was like, are you going to do this? And I'm like, yes, I'm going to do this. I have people asking me about it, which actually is very helpful, because then I'm like, okay, people are actually, want to read this. And then I've done so much research on that too. It's a similar book in that, I haven't necessarily interviewed the band. I've interviewed them separately in the past for journalism stuff, but it's kind of a critical analysis about, basically it's for the University of Texas Press Why Music Matters series. So it's why the B-52s matter. So I've been knee deep in my manuscript, looking at it and ripping things up and moving things around and adding things. And so so that's my project this summer. So it's a good project to have.
It is. You can you should do it in Vegas and see a couple of their shows, the residency,
I saw them at Riot Fest, and this was before the pandemic. This was 2019, and it was such a good show because it was in Chicago. They drew a massive crowd. Like, it was like, I don't know if you've ever been to Riot Fest. It's basically just in a park. And so I was kind of in the middle of everything, and as far as the eye could see in the back and in the front, people were there to see them. So that was awesome enough. And then they just brought it. Like, their set list was good. They had people with lobsters in the front. It started raining in the middle. They didn't care. They just kept going. And it was just such a joyful experience. I'm like, I don't think I need to see them again, because it was so perfect. And I had seen them a bunch before that. And so it was just good. It was like, I'm like, if I never see them again, I'm okay. But I wouldn't mind seeing them in Vegas. I think the travel's not aligning this year, but maybe they'll do more next year. I don't know.
Well, aren't they shutting it down this year?
Well, supposedly, I think they said they're not touring, but they're doing headlining shows, one-offs. They're doing stuff in Vegas. So I think it's more the travel than anything, which is understandable. Traveling is so difficult. It's tiring. I mean, my God, we're all tired as regular passengers traveling. So I can't imagine being in a band doing that.